Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to my playground. It is the week of October the 13th through the 19th, 2025. And I hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. It's a little late in the afternoon, a lot later than I had intended on getting on here and doing our playground video, but it is what it is. It's just been one of those days and it just called for a little bit more rest today. And so that is what I've done, as well as a little bit of laundry. So how was your week last week? Anything fun and exciting happened? Did you chase your fun? Our challenge that Annie gave us was to be an amateur at saying I'm sorry. So I hope that if you had an incident that happened where you really needed to say you were sorry, that you did a great job at taking care of that. I didn't have any really big moments to say that I was sorry to anyone other than maybe my parents, because I did not go spend Wednesday with them, but Todd and I did go spend Saturday with them. So we did get a little bit of, parent time in. I was supposed to also go see Todd's mom with him, and that didn't happen. So hopefully that is definitely going to happen this Friday. We were also supposed to go spend time with Jonathan on Saturday as well, and it just didn't happen. So if in that aspect, I had to say I'm sorry to a few people, but did get a card out in the mail to Todd's mom, and he is going to check with her today and make sure that she got it, because he forgot about that Friday to check in on that and see if it came through the mail, and she had received it. And then it was just raining on Wednesday, and I just did not want to get out in the rain and the cold because it was a little bit on the chilly side last week. So I apologize to my parents for not coming. But like I said, we got to go visit them on Saturday. And then Saturday, I just in the end didn't have enough time from everything we were trying to do to go all the way over to see Jonathan in his new house and make it back in time to be able to take Trayvon to work. I'm so grateful for this little side job to bring in a little bit of extra money so that I actually have some play money. And so this Saturday, we will be going to see Jonathan in his new house, and you got it. I'll take some pictures for you. So I don't really have a whole lot of things that happened exciting last week, except I did rest a good bit. So I'm feeling and doing much better, feeling more myself, feeling a lot of that fluid and swelling going down. So that is a big plus. Huge plus. But I also got to work on the Stranger Things blanket a little bit. So making progress. And, well, that makes me happy. But if you ever have anything fun and exciting that you would like to share and how you've chased your fun, let me know. Send it to me. Tell me your story and I can tell it here, or send me pictures and I'll be happy to share it at the end of our playgrounds. So, what does Annie have for us today? Annie says we need to be an amateur at saying, I forgive you. Matthew chapter 6, verse 12 says, keep us forgiven with you and forgiving others. As difficult as it can be to say that we've been wrong and to apologize, I often find it even harder to say and mean, I forgive you. I'm just being honest here. The fact that it's tough for me to say those words is certainly not something I'm proud of, but it is something I'm practicing. See, that's what you do when you're an amateur at something. You acknowledge that it isn't a skill that you're great at yet. You give yourself some grace, and you ask for some grace and extend grace to others. Ultimately, when I'm in a situation when it's time to forgive, I just think about Jesus. I think about how he lived this sacrificial, emphatic, curious, tender, compassionate life. In the Gospels, those are the first 4 books of the New Testament, one of the things that the writers showcase over and over is how Jesus sees people. Notices things about them. Women, kids, people, others tend to overlook or avoid. He slows down and he makes time for them. When you slow down and notice people, you can't help but also begin to understand their story, to see what might make them choose to do things differently than you would do, to have some empathy for why they may have hurt you, and maybe open some doors for forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't excusing the hurtful things that they've done. It's not even saying that you want to be reconciled and for your relationship to go back to how it was before. It's simply saying that you won't hold them hostage to the worst versions of themselves. I didn't come up with that on my own. It's another thing that I have come to learn from many wonderful people in my life, many mentors. I know I don't want to be held hostage to the worst version of myself. And I bet you don't either. When I remember how many things Jesus has covered for me, forgiven me of, well, it helps me slow down and see people, to notice the hurt and the challenges that others are dealing with, that might have caused a bad day, that might have caused a sarcastic remark that stung me, or the choice they made that caused me to feel rejected. There's a certain freedom we find when we say, I forgive you. And finding freedom is a deep sort of fun. We don't do it perfectly. We can't. We're amateurs at forgiveness. But that doesn't mean that we can't practice it, right? So here is our Chase the Fun challenge that Annie has given us for today. If there's someone you need to forgive, start practicing today. Whether it's in your heart or in a conversation with them, open that door. There's freedom on the other side. So that is our challenge, is to forgive. Or maybe even be forgiven. I have one more thing that I want to share with you before we head out of here and start this wonderful brand new week. I want to leave you with something to think about. And the first thing is, we are who we are because we are the workmanship of God. We are who we are because He created us to be our own individual person, our own unique self. So we are created as He has wanted us to be. Second, we all have purpose. There's not one single one of us that are in this world and on this world living here that hasn't been created for a purpose. So not only do we have a purpose, but we need to live out our purpose. So here are some encouraging words for this month. Now, I know, we're already into the 13th day of October. But it's never too late to encourage ourselves and remind ourselves that we have purpose and we need to live it. So this month, let's cut out all the noise and worry to what matters most. Where do you get your worth? What is your life's purpose? What is essential? Zero in on these things and hold the rest loosely. No matter what's going on, you can fulfill your purpose to respond to God with trust and love, to be the unique person that He created you to be, to do the best with what's in front of you, to grow in the ways He calls you to have a heart full of courage and joy. So every day this month, make your life meaningful. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you for joining me for this playground segment. Hopefully Todd and I will experience a little bit of fun somewhere this week, and we can give you a little bit more of an update next Monday. And definitely know that I will have pictures to show you of Jonathan's new house, which is also Andrew's, because they are living together. And by the way, answer prayer, Andrew has a job, and he has been working since last Thursday or Friday at Burger King. So he does plan on trying to keep this job even after they move, which will be the end of November. The house is bought, but Jonathan, is still having to pay rent on the rental home until the end of November. So they're kind of living back and forth between the two houses right now and throughout till the end of November. But they'll officially be in the new house the end of next month by Thanksgiving. So anyway, Andrew does plan on keeping that job, even though it would put him about 35 minutes from home. But right now he's got an electric bike, and he's looking at building up and getting more of a motorcycle for transportation. But anyway, I think that's it. Have a great week, you guys. And I am looking forward to getting much more done on the Stranger Things blanket. And hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you very soon. Hoping by the end of the month, completely finished and done. Thank you for your love and support with that. All right, until next time, be joyful. Be the joy in everything you do. Stay crafty in your own way and make your own joyful creations. Chase your fun. And remember, hug yourself daily. Squeeze yourself tight. Give yourself some great big nugs. And until next time, I love you. Nugs and joy. See you next week.